How the microphones
Live,
doing?
live.
The microphones are live. Ready to go?
Good to go.
It's on you.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Team Powerhouse Show, live with you every Tuesday night. Always exciting things to have happen over here with, of course, Eric Vasquez on your far right, and our very special guest in the middle over here, Miss Lisa O'Connor, nationally recognized as a medium all over the country, some would say all over the world, and very excited to have you. David Lamel here at Team Powerhouse Show. Thank you so much for joining us. Lisa, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
This is going to be an exciting show for many reasons because she first came as she walks through the door. She already began doing
A reading.
a reading. And first thing that happened was she says, does anybody have a Frank in their family? And my mother's father's name is Frank. And then she kind of started asking me some questions about if he had heart problems. And if anybody comes to you during the show, we're going to just go with it.
Right.
And if anybody out there has any questions for Lisa, please don't hesitate to ask either on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Definitely try and get to us. It's going to be a little harder for TikTok from the area where you're standing over there. But if you can also ask the questions on Facebook and Instagram, go to the Dave Lamel page or the Team Powerhouse page or Instagram Team Powerhouse for questions and everything else with Lisa.
Usually the only spirits in this room are in that middle drawer over there.
Yeah. The bourbon and the Scotch whiskey spirits.
I brought different ones. Well, actually, you brought them. I'm just here to talk to them or whatever.
Lisa has a book she wrote. Very important to know. It's her story.
Yes.
It's a life story.
Yes.
And many things to get to know. So look for that book. By the way, where can they find this book?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, booklocker.com. Yeah.
My Dad's in Heaven, Now What? It's a great title to a book, by the way, because it opens up so many different categories as far as family goes. Like, how do we deal with it?
Right.
What's going to happen in my life now? And will I still have that connection? What's going to happen? So please check out Lisa's new book, My Dad's in Heaven, Now What? You can find it on Amazon and many other places.
Yes.
All right, Miss Lisa. So let's
Yes.
tell everybody a little about you. Where are you from?
I grew up in North Haven. Right
Local
hometown.
girl.
Local girl.
Very nice.
Yeah. I live in North Branford right now,
Okay.
and I have an office in Branford where I do my readings.
Oh, that's very good. Where's
Yes.
what's the address of that office, by the way?
150 West Main Street in Branford. I'm above Rain Spa.
Very
yeah,
cool.
Been there for a while.
You take walk-ins? Do people just make phone calls?
Appointments. People usually connect on my website.
What's the website for you, please?
Lisa Medium #1 at hotmail.com.
Lisa Medium.
And it's Lisa www.lisadoconnor.com. Sorry, I gave you my other link as
That's
well.
okay. What's the website you want people to go to that makes it?
www.lisadoconnor.com. I don't use that often, but people usually book appointments through the website.
Perfect.
But they call as well.
So, when did you know you could talk to spirits?
Whew. We're going to go back to I'm aging myself. 1978, I was 8 years old.
Wow.
My grandfather had died, and I started to see spirit. And I didn't know, I thought it was the boogeyman, so I'd say to my mom, the boogeyman's here. And I didn't realize it was him at all, because he died an old, bald man, and his spirit was young. So anytime I read spirits, even if they die old, they always appear young to me.
Oh,
so that's
wow.
how I see them. So 1900s, he was from Amalfi, Italy. They didn't have pictures.
Wow.
And we came across a picture of him through my aunt. Like, my aunt had a picture of him, and he was with his brothers in Italy, and that was the only picture, black and white. And I was like, oh my God, that's the boogeyman. I wasn't afraid. It was just different. Like, how do you explain that? We didn't have that stuff in
Well,
'78
and
to talk about
the
spirit.
boogeyman, right? The boogeyman was a ghost, right?
Yeah,
So
I
it's
don't
somebody
know.
you see that other people probably don't see. So, and who came up with the name boogeyman too, right?
I don't
Like,
know,
that's
right?
another
Wasn't
one.
it called the boogeyman
Yeah,
when we were
exactly.
kids?
What's called? I haven't heard that in a while, but you're right. The boogeyman was
Yeah.
you're absolutely
Yeah.
right. So how did you know you had a gift? This gift.
Well, I didn't at that time. Obviously, I was young and nobody talked about it. Dying was a part of life, you know, in your family. You know, people died. You mourned 3 days. You wore black. It's the official color for mourning, and
Right.
you know, you just really never talked about it. And as time, you know, as I grew up, it was. I'm sorry, I lost the question only because
apologize.
you want to hear you. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's not you at all. Only because spirit is talking to me, so I can't help that. Which sounds really crazy, but when I'm in, when I go anywhere, which is really tough for me as the medium, if I'm in a crowded room or if I'm at a restaurant, no matter where I am, spirit takes over, and they start talking to me, and I'm like, what? Where am I? Because I try not to listen to them, but it's the hardest thing to do is to avoid them. As you know, on the way here, you know, I kept hearing about this gentleman, Frank, that passed. And I came in and I was like, who's this older gentleman? He died of a heart attack. And, you know, I was getting anxious, but that's what happens when I get ready to read. And you're like, wow. So
Right.
you could tell him what happened. You know, so he's very powerful. For some reason today. So I feel like as you're asking me questions, he's like telling me things, and you know, so it's very, sometimes it's very distracting. So when I'm on my, you know, when I'm on my live at home, I'm in control. Like I go, oh God, here they are, and my followers know. But for people that don't know, it's very overwhelming, to say the least. To avoid them, they're more powerful than you. Is that sound bad?
Don't
That
no,
doesn't mean
don't
that bad
don't
way.
avoid anything. I want you to if something comes through to you,
Yeah.
please let us know what you're hearing, what you're seeing, or what you're feeling. The people out there would like to. Oh,
We have a lot of questions.
a lot of questions off the bat.
We have ST5973.
Esty, it's my aunt.
She said, ask her about Saba. Does he have anything he wants us to know? And then we got another one. Terry W.
My aunt
Okay.
Esther and Terry.
Hi, David. Ask her if Saba is with Saba.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for it only because he's here. You know, this sounds really. I always say this sounds really crazy. I'm brought to somebody being near fires. I don't know if somebody connects to the wildfires, or if somebody has family in California, or is there somebody he would be worried about, or family-wise?
I have a
Is that-
sister in California that was evacuated from the wildfires.
Okay. Can I just let your sister, mommy, and daddy had you and your sister? Is there two other? Are you one of two, or is there another? Is there
I'm
two?
one of three. I have two sisters.
Okay, perfect. Because I heard two more. So two girls. You're one of two girls.
My other sister was in California, moved to Florida recently. I'm gonna get emotional. It's weird that like. Go ahead.
So
Sorry.
so your grandpa, they protect things. So your sister might have hesitated. Do you understand? Might have thought like, oh, you know, it's not coming this way, or I don't know, but they're led to be where they need to be.
Yeah.
I know, sweets. He wrote September as being significant as well. So that would be somebody's birthday, anniversary, or month of a passing.
I couldn't answer that question.
Okay,
Maybe
and I'm
you guys
gonna
can help
go.
me out over there.
I'm gonna go. So I need to talk about the second child born. Is there 4? I want to say 5, but I keep going back to 4.
There's 5 sisters.
Perfect.
And he has 5 daughters.
Okay. Is there two? Is there 2 other? He keeps
I have-
separating.
I
Sorry.
have 2 sisters and myself, of course.
So mommy is one of the 5.
Yes.
Okay. Who's born number 2? Hi, ladies. So mom, hi. From your dad. There's a younger gentleman that's also somebody's younger on the other side. So I'm not sure if somebody passed. When I say younger, I'm in my 20s. I don't know. It was an untimely
So the
passing.
who's the second sister? I know Seema's the oldest, and then I think it's Gila or my mom the second. I don't remember who's.
Is some-
Please forgive me. Who the second?
You not
sister is.
knowing this is
I know.
trouble.
You're going to be in trouble, Dave. I don't know.
Um,
It's a delayed reaction, so
If you
not a
guys could-
delayed.
Who's the second sister? Is anybody out there listening?
sorry.
This is something
That's
you
okay.
could have covered in show prep.
Well, so here's the thing. Nothing goes according to plan.
Okay.
We're not in charge of that.
Right.
None of us are in charge of anything. Everything happens the way it's supposed to happen. I'm just coming in here to, interview, say hello, get to know you guys. So I did not plan on that happening. I almost tried to avoid it, so that it would be a normal day. I don't have a normal day.
podcast, right.
A normal podcast that Lisa never
He
has.
said Rachel.
Rachel is number 2, so my mom's number 2.
Okay. All right. Does September mean anything? Because it could either be his passing day or his birthday, and the Graham's still here. Is your his wife? She's on.
She's with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Had there been 14 years? The number 14 is huge, because I just wrote it, said it.
But we know Dave's not good with
Is he
dates
not?
and
He's not
years and
following
stuff like
suit
that,
here,
so-
Dave.
Well, I don't know how many years it's been since they passed 14. Has it been 14 years since they passed?
I
Please
wanted to
forgive me
be
for
a
that. No.
date.
A date?
Like somebody was born on September 14th, or
Right.
somebody.
The 14th.
July is
My
something
sister,
too.
My sister, July 14th.
Perfect. Is that the one in California?
Yes.
Okay. Kisses to her. I don't know if she'll watch this. Does she normally watch this, or do you have connection? I don't need to know your personal business.
She
but
might be
could you?
busy.
I don't know, but could you just say hello? Pop. I'm calling him Pop because all my granddads are Pops. He just wants to say hello. Say hello to you. Are there 2 children to you?
I have 2 kids, yes.
Okay. All right. He knows everything about them. Literally everything about them. I want to go back a high knee scoot. So here's what I mean. I want to go back to the beginning of January, or actually December 31st as somebody's birthday or
Wow.
occasion.
One more time, sorry, I get a little gemmed up. I
Okay,
apologize.
I'm sorry. The end of December, beginning of January is really significant as well. It's almost like the new year, like right on the new year.
I wish I could tell you I know dates of any of the family
It's-
stuff, but
Hanukkah's the only thing I know in that time period.
right.
I don't know if Hanukkah was very important to him.
I have no. I don't.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure. Is
Anybody
do we
talking
have
with any questions? Rachel?
responding?
Terry said we stopped the past 14 years ago. And then also Sheila Cohen
Gila Cohen, my aunt Gila.
Cohen?
Yeah.
said David asked about Stewart.
Is
So
this,
an
uncle?
her husband,
her husband? Okay.
Stewie.
All right. But this is her dad. That's on the other side.
Yes, her dad knows.
Okay.
I guess.
All right. Does somebody have something with this sounds an infection or something wrong in their stomach, like colon, kidney, liver, or something was infected or wrong?
With the people who.
What?
passed
No, with her husband. With
Stewie?
her, was there colon, liver? There was I could taste infection all the way. I know, hon. So on the other side as well. November means something to him.
Gila, help me out over here with Stewie, please. Regarding.
Are there 2 boys,
Or
or is he one of Stewie? Is
Stewie one of 2
two?
I can't answer that question. I don't know.
David's
I'm
not very
sorry.
helpful in the
my
middle of the
gosh.
meeting. No.
Dave is not exactly 23 and me.
Yeah, he's not
Okay.
he's not a DNA kind of.
No.
I don't know if Michael Stewie, I know he's got a sister for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he had a brother.
I just taste infection all the way. Like there
Anybody-
was something
anybody had
wrong.
Did he have an infection with his
There was
stomach?
There was stomach issues, colon, liver. Something was wrong, and there was an infection. The number 11 means something as far as a birthday, anniversary, wedding anniversary.
No
Are they
responses
delayed?
yet.
Are they
They might still
delayed?
be wowed by
It's
the
delayed.
14.
Right. Aunties,
Okay.
please, if you can help me out over here, everybody who's watching this show, thank you for being so understanding.
Stu only had sisters.
Only have sisters, okay.
Okay, there's
And-
no sons to him.
No,
correct?
Stewie had a son.
Okay,
So Stewie and Gil had my cousin Jonathan.
Okay.
And 2 daughters.
okay. So 2
Oh,
girls,
jeez.
1 boy.
Yes.
Okay,
Like myself, actually, in our
2
family.
girls, 1 boy. What was the cause? I have to tell you.
What was the cause of death for Stewie?
There's a happy anniversary, which would be an anniversary, coming up in April. meaning it's a celebration of an anniversary. I'm not sure if it's to your Graham and Gramp. I made them Americanized for a minute or whatever.
It's okay.
But Stewie, there's an April connection all the way. So these things happen in the middle.
Said my father's B-Day.
Brett, my Saba's birthday was when? When was Saba's birthday, Esther?
You have a 7-minute delay, like a 7-second delay
Okay.
for them answering.
Gotcha.
So I do this on live all the time, and I wait for the answers, and then I ramble 20 more facts by the time somebody else gets through. I guess I'm going to give you the message from your pop. He is really, really proud of you, excited about everything. There's nothing, and he sees your children all the time. You know, does your dad smoke a cigar?
No.
Is there somebody that smoked a cigar? That's really weird because somebody's.
Like a person living that smokes cigars, or
Yeah.
somebody passed on.
Oh no! My dad
My-
smokes cigars, but I just.
My father smokes cigars every day.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
That is here in the
That is here.
in the
yes.
physical world. Yeah. It's only something because my right side of my body or my right leg is just not okay. So I'm a medical intuitive as well, and I just feel something from my sciatica down my leg. Is there something happening with your dad, that you know of, or has he?
No.
Because it's right to my tip of my knee.
My father does. Well, it's funny. I just had my hip replaced personally, but
You did
yes.
when?
3 months ago.
On your right side?
Yep.
Okay.
My father's had also hip replaced. I'm not sure if it's right or left.
Can I just tell you, I'm going to stay with you because I went from right here, which would be your hip,
Yep.
all the way down to the tip of my knee. So I'm supposed to tell you if you feel anything that's not right, just anything that's not right with your right knee, I want you to pay attention to it because sometimes we compensate different. And I'm supposed to tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
not- Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I still have my hips.
You have your hips. I got mine too.
Yeah.
I got
Oh
I
my
got
goodness.
mine too. Yeah, 7-Eleven is something too. Would you connect with that date?
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven, July 11th.
I've
Yeah.
been to 7-Elevens
Yeah, me too.
a lot of
Slushy,
times. I've always wondered
slushy,
why
slushy.
7-Eleven is open 24 hours, yet there's a
Wrinkles.
lock on the door.
Yeah.
If it's open 24 hours, why is there a lock on
Why
the
is there a
door?
lock on the door?
You gotta go to the bathroom at some point, I
Um,
guess, right? Maybe they locked the door to go to the bathroom. Anything else out there from the family? Anybody? If you have anything you want to mention, remember Facebook or Instagram. Please don't hesitate to reach us out. And Thane is in the background scrolling through Instagram, all the people talking and questions, trying to find.
Gila said Jessica was born the 11th February.
Somebody's birthday.
Grandma born on 1/11. Stuart was born in April.
Is that okay? Her husband's
Yeah.
April.
Yeah.
April.
And then
Is that her? That's her husband.
Stewie, Gila's husband. And
Okay.
We're gonna say Thane.
Tom Karras.
Tom Karras, yes.
What does it feel like when someone gets through to you?
Oh,
That's a great question, Tom.
yeah, it is a great question. So when spirit starts to come through to me, I actually feel like I'm getting the flu, if that even makes sense. So they kind of use your physical body. Do you ever watch Ghost?
Yes.
When
Ooh.
they dramatize it, like the spirit goes through Whoopi and she starts to give messages.
Oh, that ghost, okay.
Yeah, that goes.
That
And
ghost,
so you
okay.
could feel, that's what you feel. It's almost like physically draining, but they use your body. So I feel how spirit felt when they died. I feel how you feel because I'm empathic. I taste things like infections and I could smell them. So it's very powerful on what they make me feel really and do. Yeah. So it's, mhm.
I'm sweating over here, by the way. I'm
Um,
sweating. I feel like I'm like, yeah.
It's a happy birthday to your uncle. He keeps drawing hearts and kisses to his wife. There are 2 girls, 1 boy. John is his son. That's correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to leave it open, but if you, whoever smokes the cigars, is your dad.
Yep.
And my dad smoked them every day. I could smell this. It's weird, only because these are his in-laws. I
Right,
mean, I know your
right.
dad's here in the physical world, but
Yep.
those are his in-laws. But he's very fond of them. of your dad, like very fond of your dad. I'm supposed to let him know that. I don't know if he let him know when he was here in the physical world, but that was like his son. Your grandmother's very quiet. She just keeps looking around. She goes, I guess I'll let him talk. So I don't know if he was able to. Is that funny? Because I feel
That is
like if,
funny.
if she talked here in the physical world and didn't give him a chance.
So when you turn and you're communicating with them, is there an imagery that you have, or
Yes. So I see them. So here's the kooky thing: is if you walk into an office or in my home, I don't want to like see an image like an image of a person sitting there because it's airy. I mean, I am human, so I see them in a silhouette.
Yep.
I know they're there,
Are
so
they
I
wearing
could.
clothes or not wearing clothes?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's just their silhouette of them. So like their face, and sometimes you'll notice me look as they show me picture shows. Like in other words, like they'll give me a picture of them, and I'm cool.
How about facial hair? Would you see facial hair? On
Yeah,
them?
they give me the whole image. It's just a different way so that I'll be able to be comfortable with it. I set boundaries. I had to set boundaries because they're all around, and it's really eerie because you're like, who's dead or who's alive, literally. So I ask them. I take on everything else, literally, how they died, if they're happy, sad, if they had a heart attack. I felt like I was having a heart attack. So I do, have. That's a boundary I have.
Right.
A lot of times they smile, like they'll come through and smile, and I'll go, "Oh, I see you."
Right.
Don't. Let's just go another way, because you have to.
so
Absolutely.
has anybody from your family, is there anybody in the family, in your side of the family, that comes back pretty often, pretty regularly?
Unfortunately, I am unable to see my family.
Really?
So that was the hardest part about grieving my dad. I lost my dad January 20th, 2 years ago. And the first week after he passed away, I had a really hard time. I was like, I don't know if I could do this. And I've been reading almost 18 years. I didn't know if I could do it. And I was angry because I can go to work and go everywhere and talk to everybody else's people. And I couldn't talk to my dad. And I couldn't see him. I heard him twice. He asked me when I was going to write the book. I heard him say it literally. Because when I hear spirits, it's telepathically. But I actually heard my dad's voice. And he said, when are you going to write the book? And I said, what is it going to be about you? And I laughed. And there it is.
That's cute.
Yeah.
My dad's in heaven. Now what? Got to check this book out on Amazon and anywhere else. Probably Google. They can find it.
Book Locker, yeah.
Book Locker.
Barnes and Noble, yeah.
So, but it's now, it's about Dad, or
About many things. So it's just about my life story, how I started off. My family started here in America. They came from Amalfi. My grandparents came from Amalfi, but and just the story of our family and how I became a medium and grieving the loss. There's lots of really cool stories. Other people, wrote in, and so there's a lot in there.
I get a question here. What is a doula?
Okay.
And what is a death doula?
Okay, so I do end of life doula.
End of life doula.
Yep, it's almost like birthing doulas. We were, we
Yeah.
were talking about that. End of life doula is helping people transition into heaven. So as somebody is getting ready at hospice or home or whatever, I go to their bedside, and sometimes I would pray or say the rosary, even if they're not awake. Or alert and just out of it. Most people are transitioning, so they're not. I could talk to their spirit, talk to their loved ones who are on the other side, and then I give the family a reading.
That's
so-
amazing. That
Yeah.
idea that if God forbid you're in that position where you're dying, and you know it consciously, and you're surrounded by your family, and having you to be able to be there to make comfort for not only the person who's passing, the family that's around them, and letting them know that there's people there that are waiting for them
Right.
with open arms. That's a pretty amazing thing. That also just tells you they're not going down; they're going up.
Right.
Right? That's another compliment too for that idea.
well,
Yeah.
have you come across a situation where somebody's not going up and going down?
No, so in my line of work, I try to keep religion very light. I'm Catholic, whatever. As far as I practice or whatever, my God, I'm Catholic, it's a forgiving God. I don't pay attention to that. There's different levels of heaven. And what they didn't learn here in the physical world, they learn on the other side.
That makes sense.
You mean like plumbing and all that shit?
Yeah, like that, right? I can get a trade or something while you're there, right?
All right. Let's go
I like
to
this guy. He
I want-
would be good to break the tension, right?
like-
I like you.
No,
yeah.
calculus is really what I never could master calculus.
I love that. So somebody who was alive who maybe didn't believe
Mm-hmm.
in the idea of speaking to spirits,
Mm-hmm.
and then they pass on. Are they able to talk to you after they pass on?
Well, yeah, they're the first ones here because your grandpa would not have gone to see a medium if he was alive.
That's true. That's right.
And so they're the ones that are like, oh, this is real. Like, I'm going to go talk to her because she can give him a message. So they're the first ones to line up. So I always tell people, yeah,
How do they find you?
they don't find me. So
That's a great question.
they're always around you guys.
Okay.
They see 100 years from now. They see forever spirit, and they knew his grandfather knew that I was coming here.
Okay.
So it was just automatic. So on the ride here, I was going, "Who's Frank? Is Frank's here?"
He
And
didn't make an appointment. Is that okay?
what's that?
He didn't make an appointment.
He didn't make an appointment, but he kind of did because I'm here. So it benefits.
So Stewie and my grandfather are hanging out. They're kind of.
Oh yeah, they're
together.
all together. Your grandma's just I don't know if that's how your grandmother was when she was here in the
She-
physical world.
She was
like
quieter, but she was also boisterous when she was,
Yeah.
with the girls, especially with my mom and her sisters.
Right.
Very, very, like, she loved to, like, love life. And my grandfather was more of a chill kind of guy.
Right. She just said even though they are like the same as they were here in the physical world, she just said to me, I allowed him to talk because he wouldn't have been the one that would have been talking.
Right.
And he was the one that stepped forward first.
And that would be
she,
very realistic
Mhm.
what would happen. She would definitely
Yeah.
be the one talking most of the time, where he was kind of chill in the background. He didn't kind of,
Right.
wasn't the entertainer per se.
I have one question. Did somebody have something wrong with their right eye, or does somebody? Because she just went like your gram just went like this to me. So if somebody has lazy eye, somebody just had surgery on their right eye, but something's wrong with the eye because she just went like that.
I have no idea. Not that I have any. Nobody had lazy eye as far as that family goes.
Or does somebody having cataract, or somebody having a retina problem?
My mother has major retina problem.
Okay, it's detached on. Is it detached on the
She's
eye?
got
Macular degeneration.
bingo. That's exactly what she has. My mom right
But
now.
she had a detached retina before.
I don't know.
Oh, she's telling me. I have no idea. Your grandma's is telling me. She's like, yes. And your grandma tells me she shares somebody else's birthday.
She shares someone else's birthday.
Yes, the birth month or the date. She has the same birthday.
I need some help over here with Safda's.
We're going to get him a calendar with the dates
birthday.
in it.
Anybody sharing the same birthday? I don't know.
Yeah.
Birthday. I'm sorry that I don't know. Please forgive me. I'll start to become more knowledgeable.
It's all good.
I know my own family directly.
Yeah, it's tough enough to keep into track.
Right.
It
My
is.
mom was great with birthdays, and the whole family. She knows every person's birthday, and every cousin, every aunt, she's
Yeah.
very good
I don't
about
know my
that.
own birthday either, but your grandma just said she shares somebody's birthday or birth month.
I am embarrassed
Yeah.
that I don't know.
Terry said Ed April 2nd.
Ed is the same date as Safda for a birth. So my uncle Ed and her have the same birthday.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I didn't know that off the top of my head,
Yeah.
but she says that's
That's embarrassing.
that's pretty wild. So she shares.
He's doing a great job.
She was reminding you that she shares a birthday with Ed.
Yes. And just saying hi. Your grandfather's like, "Look, she could talk." I'm like, okay. But I just want to, your mom's eyes are going to be fine. That eye is going to be fine. I don't know if they're doing needles. I don't
They
know.
are doing needles
Uh-huh.
actually to her eyes.
Yeah. I think there's new and improved stuff, Mom. So it's going to be okay. Yeah.
That's
My right eye is she's making me, I don't know if that's worse than the other.
yes.
No, I have a question. So,
Yeah.
you said they come to you, sometimes no matter where you are.
Mm-hmm.
Are there what you would call hotspots? Like when you go to, let's say, a church
great
or
question.
something like that,
Um,
where there's just so much spiritual activity going on that you're like, wow, I can't come to this place anymore.
Funeral homes are a little bit
Oh,
tough.
yeah.
The worst part of I say that and it sounds terrible, but when you walk into a funeral home, everybody looks at me like, are they talking to you? Like, and so, yes, they do. Sometimes I get messages. I mean, they've already crossed and went to heaven. Our funerals, wakes, whatever, are for us to honor and, celebrate their life or whatever, but they're already onto the other side. So yes, I'm able to talk to them. I mean, their physical body's there, but they're already safely on the other side. So hotspots are definitely in sometimes hospitals where people would, like in an emergency room where people would frequently pass away. You wouldn't think that the trauma cases that come in, and it basically anywhere. I tried. It's very difficult. Like, I love to go to I love Earth, Wind and Fire, but go to a concert like that, and I kind of say, please just don't bother me. Just let me be okay for like 2 hours and have fun, because 24/7, I don't shut it off.
Wow.
I sleep 3 to 4 hours a day. That's
gotta
it.
be crazy. By the way, how I met you or got to know you was from Carla Capiello. She's one of the girls that work on our team, or she's on our team. I'll get a question out there.
Terry said David asked her if they have any messages for their daughters.
Do my grandparents have any
so-
messages for the 5 sisters? Yes.
Oh, they are super awesome on the other side. They're saying hello, validating that your uncle's with them, just validating stuff, just to let you know they're good. Your father finally got a voice, like your mother, your grandmother was probably in charge. He was, but he finally, she's like, just let him have fun. So he's talking away.
Wow.
They watch over everything. Your sisters, the children, everybody. So it's, doing that, it's hard to do, obviously, on the screen, because I don't have the sequence. Like, I want mommy's born second. Your mom, correct, is
Yes.
the second one born. So usually they circle who they want to have a message for. So, yeah,
There's
I'm translating the best I could.
Seema, Rachel, Gila, Esther, Teresa. Is that right? Seema,
It's
Gila,
5.
Esther, Teresa. That's right. Yeah, but there's 5. Yes, the 5 sisters. Yeah. 5 wild and crazy. I got to see my aunts this weekend, actually. My cousin David, he just got married, had a baby boy, this
Oh, nice.
1-year-old boy, which is kind of cool. So we all got to see each other.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
very
yeah,
nice to all
awesome.
the girls together. But all right, going back to you for a moment, please, because it's about you. Let's see.
Well, it's really not, Dave.
I know.
It's really, it has never, I say that to a lot of people. They're like, oh, you're so lucky, or this and that. And it's really about spirit. It's about helping people. It's not about me.
I am. What I can say is, it's good to know and feel this kind of stuff, because it means if you, I guess, less scared to die per se, knowing that there is that
Oh, there's
and
another
there's
place.
right another place,
Beautiful.
and they're happy.
Happy,
and healthy,
young.
right.
The colors are magnificent. It's just amazing. Just amazing. They tell me, they won't show me the colors. I'm like, they're like, no, it's just something you can't describe. If people have a near-death experience and you read about it or you hear about it, nobody ever wants to come back. If you ask anybody that has a near-death experience, they never want to come back. It's because it's so peaceful and magnificent and beautiful. That's what they tell you. If you have to read up on that, but it's really amazing, because it's amazing there.
So I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, has anybody come with to see you, talk to you with an appointment or anything like that, and they were skeptical coming in?
Oh yeah.
Okay, if they were either the primary person or they accompanied somebody, and then you brought so much stuff to the table for them that they're like reborn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, lots and lots of times. Men are the hardest for me, because they're they don't want to cry. They're tough, and they come with their wife, and I give a reading, and they're crying hysterical by the end, and then by the end they're making their own appointments without their wife knowing, because they had such closure and peace. The increase in gentlemen coming for readings, it's just insane. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What are your hours like to make appointments with you? Are you a day, night? What is it?
So I'm pretty flexible. Usually afternoons. Sometimes people work, so evenings. The weekend, I kind of I just mentally have to have a shut off from reading because it's physically draining. It takes
Yeah.
a lot out of you. But I accommodate. The only part, a lot of people get angry because I'm booked out. So I'm, into April for booking. I do as many as I can. And my husband gets mad. He's like, just relax. I'm like, no, because you want to help these people, I just want to help
I bet you
them.
there's a little level of guilt not seeing
Yeah.
somebody probably because that
Yeah.
you know that you're bringing such peace to them,
Right.
or comfort.
Right. You want to help everybody, and there's only so many hours in a day. And, I do dinner shows as well. A little bit different twist than a personal one-on-one reading. It's more private. Your one-on-ones, the shows are fun. There's just great energy, lots of energy.
So when you do a dinner party or dinner show, do you mean like, again, I'm not sure what that means, like you go to someone's house, there's a bunch of family there, is that a dinner show?
No,
Or you
so
mean like-
restaurant. So
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
be at Bolo in North Haven on April 16th.
Oh, that's good to know.
yeah.
Bolo on April 16th.
Yep.
Um,
My Gaetano show in Wallingford, they sell out really quick. I'm going to be there next week, but they sell out really quick there. So what it is, everybody's having dinner, and then I come on and I do a show. I walk around the room, and wherever spirit leads me, I walk over to their table. I give them a reading. It's amazing. So people love that
Wow.
because they have some people like to come and watch. Just they don't even want to be read. They're like, I just got to watch this. So it's a lot of fun. Yeah. So. Yeah, I travel too.
I never knew that there was such a thing. That's
Yeah.
that's pretty amazing stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Eric, anything else you want to jump into at all?
No,
Um,
just if I'm eating my shrimp scampi, don't come over.
I'm not going to bother you.
Don't interrupt me.
I'm not
eating
gonna-
shrimp
Questions over
scampi.
there?
I'm not going to bother you.
All right, we have
I
some
do
more-
travel
There's
and
some
do
more questions over
FaceTime.
there. Terry's got it. Auntie Teresa. Terry,
David asked her if they know my son is getting married this year.
do they know that Michael Weber is getting married to Becca in September? Oh, by the way, September is
That's the wedding, September.
yeah, right. Terry, when's the wedding? I forgot the date. I apologize. I wonder if that's what the date that came in mind.
Were they,
Please, what was the date for the wedding? Please.
was this a connection that always would have happened from a young age? Or were they reconnected, her son marrying this woman?
No, they're I think the college sweethearts.
Okay.
Michael and Becca.
October.
October is the wedding. Okay.
Yeah.
So
They see everything. They know. They see everything. How it's going to happen. That's why I tell people nothing goes according to plan. Like we try to plan everything. Every time you plan something, you're like, oh shoot, that didn't go according to plan because it's not supposed to. But the wedding will, and they see. Yeah, they really honestly see everything. Yeah.
So they come to the events.
They're there all the time. Signs and symbols, like if you see, some people connect with butterflies or dragonflies. It doesn't mean that your people are actually the butterfly. It just
Right.
means their soul is present and the butterfly is getting your attention. Like, hey,
Wow, that's very
our
interesting.
people are here. Anybody could connect with whatever you want. Okay,
Right.
my daughter connects with a woodpecker because my dad used to draw Woody Woodpecker. So you can have your own. You could have connect with your dad with a turtle. I don't know, but everybody has their own connections.
So do folks ask you like they'll have like signs, right?
Right.
Like rainbows,
Right. Mm-hmm.
right? Those in line with something like that. Do they ask you to confirm for them, please, if my brother, my grandfather, whatever, is that a sign from this particular person?
Exactly.
They'll ask you to confirm
They'll
that.
ask. Usually, I say. Usually, I confirm it without them asking. Do you understand? I'll say, "Oh, the cardinal that was on the fence that keeps tapping at your window. It's actually your dad's soul is present." Or they give me specific. Spirit will give it to me, like, oh, there's the picture of the rainbows, or your granddaughter drew the picture and you put it in the coffin with your husband, and your husband's saying he got the picture and the rainbows are him. So
Gotcha.
they always validate the signs. You can have your own personal ones, when you need somebody or you need to know, because I can't connect with my family and it's terrible. But I get signs.
So you can't connect with your
I
own
can't.
family?
I can't.
one.
No.
Do
no
you go
one.
to someone to try to, or no?
I do, but I I don't local because obviously a lot of people know my story. I'm an open book, literally. I share about my grief. I share everything. So everybody kind of knows my stuff. So I have a woman in England. She's fabulous. Read me. She doesn't know me.
Right.
So I did it via Zoom. But that's the only way.
That's another thing that you actually mentioned, that you do this. She can do a reading through Zoom
Yes.
or FaceTime.
FaceTime, yes.
So if you're out there and you would like to have a reading,
Right.
you can connect with Lisa through Zoom, through FaceTime. It's not just something obviously in person. Thayne's got some things going on in the background over there. Everything okay with the sound and?
Everything's good. My computer's gonna die.
Oh, we don't do the computer dying now. That would end things quickly.
Yeah.
Although,
It's not going to speak to us from the.
No, it's not. Nope.
No.
No, that's not happening.
any other questions out there? I know we're kind of getting late into the show. Listen, if you want to get in touch with Lisa, what is the best phone number to reach you at?
203
Yes.
530 8702.
And again, you like people to
They
reach
could
out?
text me. They could go on my website. Also, I really want to invite people to my
yes,
my
yes.
bereavement group, because that's really important to me. So I started a bereavement group about 10 years. It's almost going on 11. September 10th, it'll be 11 years. We had our bereavement group. It's just to help moms and dads that have lost their kids. Any loss. Basically, we have a lot of parents, and so it's held at the Bradford Manor Firehouse Hall in
Bradford Manor Firehouse Hall. And
it's
where's
in
that
East
located?
Haven. It's
Okay.
85 George Street in East Haven. Second Wednesday of every month, 6:30 to 8:30. It's a $5 donation, and I donate it back to the hall.
That's pretty
I
amazing.
just ask that if you feel you need to come, you need support. The people are amazing. Sometimes we have 45 people. Sometimes we have 20. It doesn't feel like you're talking in front of 20 people, because everybody's sharing the same thing, grief. And it's just amazing. So they're amazing, amazing people. So if anybody feels they need it, I'm more than welcome. It's something near and dear to my heart, is to help people. Unfortunately, I became a member of the group after my dad passed. So it has a little different.
Personal.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm sure that everybody, when they see and get to be part of you and the experience they're having, it makes them feel much better in their
Yes.
hearts.
Yes.
Lisa O'Connor, again, wrote a book, definitely worth picking up, have a chance to read, maybe get some laughs.
Yeah. Some laughs.
A
Yeah.
little history on her and her family. My dad's in heaven, now what? And maybe it'll help you personally connect to what you've been going through, and help fill you with some warmth and some smiles. And definitely connect to Lisa. Again, her phone number 203-530-8702. Her website is www.lisadonnor.com.
OCONNOR.
I'm sorry, OCONNOR. I can only spell. Hopefully Dana has it up there correctly for them to, and that website specifically will get them to make appointments
Yes.
with you.
Yep. They could
Obviously,
call,
people
text.
can call, text. So if someone calls you up and says, "I want to make an appointment," you give them the next opportunity, day and time.
Yes.
And how late are you available to make appointments with people based on their hours? Are you able to work with people during the nighttime, evening time?
Yes,
hours?
usually after
Like
work. Some people are off during certain days. So I try to do my best
You
to
work nights and
accommodate.
weekends?
Weekends, not so much. I have to I've been reading almost 18 years, so the weekends I have to separate a little bit, because I have to recharge my battery.
course, you-
I do
I mean, you're-
reading after reading.
How about personal time for you and your family, and just
Yes.
downtime from your brain and,
Yes.
and everything else? I can imagine. Lisa O'Connor, thank you so much for being a part of our show today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Definitely moving, emotional, physically and mentally, and I hope you'll come back on the show.
Absolutely, I
I'd
would
love
love
to get you back on. Everybody out there, I want to thank you so much for being a part of our show today. Lisa O'Connor, the infamous medium, nationally recognized. And I know that you're all over the country. I know you go to Florida quite a bit.
I go to Florida to do readings.
readings.
I read all over Belgium, UK, everywhere.
Wow.
So I'm
That's awesome stuff. Thank you all for being a part of this show. Thank you, Lisa.
You're very
Have a
welcome.
wonderful.
Thank
Oh
you.
wait, hold on one second. We have to go to the last part where we
Giveaway.
give out a free tumbler So all of you guys know who watch the show, we give it a free tumbler every week. And if you would like to win a free tumbler, please make sure you let us know on social media, Facebook, Instagram. I want to get a tumbler. I want to be on the spinner wheel so we can get you on that spinning wheel and get you a free tumbler. We also need your contact information to get a hold of you. Makes it much easier. All right, Thane, who's the next winner over here? Gonna go to the wheel.
Oh, I feel like I'm on Wheel of Fortune.
Yes.
Isn't that cool? My favorite
Except
show.
I'm not Ryan Seacrest.
Ooh, bankrupt.
Okay, Instagram, Nashrina. Nashrina,
Nashrina.
congratulations on winning a tumbler. Please get in touch with us so we can get you this free tumbler. We appreciate everybody every week. Thank you again, Lisa. Eric, thank you
you.
very much for being a part of the show always. Thane, thank you so much for always taking great things in the background.